Well, Hezbollah leader condemns Persian Gulf Arab states' decision to brand the resistance movement a terrorist organization. Syed Hassan Nasrallah says those countries refuse to support Lebanese and Palestinian fighters against Israel when they needed them most.
Many of these Arab countries today who designate us as terrorists, what do they have to do with this resistance and these victories and these achievements? Point it out for me, if you can. What do they have to do with it? They have nothing to do with it politically, nor financially, nor when it comes to arming the resistance. Is there any Arab regime which has the courage, except for the Syrian government, is there any Arab regime which has the courage to give weapons to the Lebanese and Palestinian resistance, or to give tanks or missiles or military capabilities? This is a challenge to you. You, the Arab regimes, please. We are terrorists. Okay, the Palestinian resistance, give them weapons, give them capabilities, give them money so they can buy weapons and develop weapons.
Nasrallah also said the Arab League countries have no right to comment on the issue of resistance. He said had the Lebanese and the Palestinian fighters waited for their help, Israel would have expanded its occupation over the whole region. The Hezbollah Secretary General lashed out at Saudi Arabia in particular. Nasrallah said Riyadh is angry at the effective coordination between Hezbollah and the Syrian army that has inflicted heavy losses on Saudi proxies in Syria. He added that this strategy is working against Riyadh's regional interests and has prompted it to resort to blackmail against Hezbollah. Crossing over to Belfast, joined by author and Middle East expert, Mrs. Sha'ath. Thank you so much for being with us. So, looking at said Hassan Nasrallah's speech and saying basically directly to not only the Saudis, but the majority of the Arab regimes in the region that basically they have done nothing to help the resistance. And not only have they not done anything to fight against Israel or other entities, they've actually just created impediments and obstacles in the way of the resistance. Your take, sir, on these comments?
To add to that, which is I totally agree with what Samahat Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah said. The Saudis regime, from the day it was established as a tool of chaos in the area. The British Empire and then the Americans used it to destroy any Arab resistant movement in the Arab world. I'll give you an example of Yemen. In Yemen, when the Yemeni people rose against the forces and the British occupation, the Saudis tried to fight these progressive forces in Yemen. And in 1962, when the Egyptian Revolutionary Army, under the leadership of the late Jamal Abdel Nasser, came on to the aid of the Arab revolutionaries against the British and the Saudis, they worked from 1962 till 1970, the day Jamal Abdel Nasser died, in destroying the Egyptian army. As a result of that, the Saudis managed and succeeded, with the help of the British intelligence, the British mercenaries and the Americans and the Israelis, who were active in supporting them in Saudi Arabia, in destroying large chunks of the Egyptian army, who were defeated in 1967 and 1967 in Egypt and in the Golan Heights. As a result of that, we lost Al-Quds, Jerusalem, to Israel today. This is the third holiest site in Islam. The Saudis gave it in a golden, silver plate to the Zionist entity. So the role of the Saudis all along is to destroy the Arab resisting movement, the Arab, which is a progressive nationalism, stand against the expansion of imperialism. This is the Yemeni example. The other example, which they continued in destroying Egypt, which was a developing power in that, becoming a regional power to make sure Israel will succeed and Israel will stay. After that, I'll give you another example. The invasion of Lebanon in 1982. There was a Saudi proposal put to Arab summit in Morocco a proposal to do peace with the Israelis. The Palestinian leadership refused that. After that, in the back of that refusal, Israel, with the help of the British and the United States of America, invaded Lebanon, occupied Beirut, a capital, Arabic capital in there. Since then, Prince Fahd at the time was called, he's the crown prince for King Khalid at the time, proposed what they call it the Fahd plan, which is the fast plan. So they can sort matters between the Israelis and the Palestinians. This is developed what we call today the Arab Peace Initiative, the Saudi Arab Peace Initiative, which eliminate the Palestinian refugees from the equation, want to bring Israel to be dominant of the Arabic League. Today, Saudi Arabia terrorize the Arabs with two weapons, money and terrorism. If you don't want to follow Saudi Arabia, then we're going to send Daesh to your doorsteps, and you will have Syria scenarios, Libya scenarios at every Arabic state. The idea is make Israel supreme and reign in the Arab world. That's why the Saudis are after most of the resisting movement. And
thank you so much, Mr. Saab Sha'ath. Thank you so much. We're out of time. Appreciate you being with us. Author and Middle East expert out of Belfast.